So, Clive, you had the two biggest rollickings of your life from Sir Alex Ferguson.
I'd like to know.
You wish you hadn't said that, right? I'd like to know a bit more about that.
Well, I mean, in 1989, when he was only just got his feet under the table at Manchester United and wasn't a successful manager, I commentated on a League Cup tie, Manchester United away to the 92nd team in the Football League, the very bottom of the bottom, Halifax Town at Halifax. Manchester United won with 2 late goals, but they didn't play at all well. When I came down from the commentary position after the game, I was told that we'd asked Alex Ferguson to come out for an interview, but he'd said no. But that Neil Webb had scored one of the goals was coming out, and Jim McCallister, who was the manager of Halifax, next Manchester United player, were going to speak to me. I interviewed them both on the touchline, and we were actually starting to take the rig down when, to our amazement, Alex Ferguson marched out of the players' tunnel towards us, offering himself for an interview. And he always coughed when he was kind of nervous or unhappy, which was very unsettling because you knew it was almost like a threat. Don't ask me any difficult questions, all right? And just before we started, he said, 2 questions, right? Yeah, okay, 2 questions, right. So I started by saying, well, you know, I haven't got time here for an easy one. You always say the result's important, but the performance is as important. What were your views of the performance tonight? You effing chancer. And then he turned around and he marched off. And I thought, okay, that was obviously not the question he wanted. Got about 10 paces and he turned around again and laid into me in language you cannot imagine before turning around and marching off. And the floor manager, the person who kind of holds everything together in outside broadcast, passed him, came out the tunnel. A good friend of mine, Nick, he said, what happened there? I said, I don't know really, but I've just had the huge rollicking. I've had the hairdryer. And he said, you asked him about Sunday's game against Nottingham Forest, yeah? I said, no. He said, you didn't get the message. He only came out agreeing to speak about the game that ITV are covering next Sunday, which will be live on network television between United and Forest. Our boss had managed to get in touch with him and ask him to do that interview for us. You didn't do that interview? No, I didn't. I asked him about tonight's match. In the days before mobile telephones and text messages, the message had not reached the guy who was asking the questions. It took about a week to go away. I phoned him the next morning. I had his private number on his desk at the training ground. He was always in for work at 7:30, thinking he might laugh it off. He didn't see the funny side of it initially. Manchester United had just got back into European football at the time after the Heysel tragedy, and I travelled with them to Hungary, and he didn't say a word to me for 3 or 4 days. And I'm still waiting for the apology, but within a week he was talking to me as if it had never happened. And that's as good as it gets in those circumstances.
Wow, my goodness. Wow, fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you.